Hello there. Today we're going to take a very quick look at just a couple elements of Minion Enterprise, our enterprise management software. You can find out more at MinionWare.net. So assuming that you've already got Minion Enterprise, it's up and running, configured, and it's already running the collections and alerts, let's take a look at just a couple of features. The dbo.Servers table is where we live. We insert our server names, instance names actually, into this table with a couple other pieces of information, and it will collect all kinds of information for us. For example, it grabs a SQL version and edition, the build information about the operating system, and so forth. So this is a really great place. And even if you have a limited number of instances, for example, you've only got rather a limited number of licenses, you can put all of your servers in here and then just mark them. Somewhere in here is the is active. I always expect it to be at the end. Just mark them is active equals 0, and they won't have any collections. They won't have any alerts on them. They won't count towards your license. So I encourage you to keep a list of all of your servers in here, and just know that the only active ones are the ones marked is active equals 1. There you go. All right, so I want to show you a shortcut first. Everywhere we go, we're going to be referring to our instances by their instance ID, which is just assigned in the servers table. It's no meaning. It's what do you call a SIR to get key. But we're humans, and we like to know what the actual server name is. So we've got a shortcut. Anytime you want, you can use dbo.ServerName, the function, and pass in an instance ID number. It'll give you back the name. So as an example, if we're pulling data from this table, instance config value, normally what we would get, here, let's go ahead and comment these out. I'll put that back in a second. Normally we get instance ID and then, of course, the rest of the information in the table. I, as a human, really like to know what I'm looking at, so I like to include server name and then pass in instance ID so I know what server we're talking about. Same kind of shortcut for getting the service level. Back here in servers, that's one of the things that you define when you insert your instance. You say, okay, Minecon is a gold level server. It's the most important level that I have. And then when you're out looking at different tables that don't, that just have a reference, just have a foreign key to that instance ID, then you can go ahead and insert that dbo.ServiceLevel, and it give you back, oh good, here's my server name and service level. Let's build on that. We'll do a look at one more thing. We have all of the data, the metadata from your environment goes into collector tables. Schema name is collector. At the time of this recording, we've got 140 different collector tables. That's a lot. We're not going to go over all of them, not right now. One of the big ones that's one of my favorites, I suppose you could say, is collector.db.properties. And that pulls back, basically this is your sys.databases in space usage and let's see, the compatibility mode, create data, all of that jazz that's in sys.databases and a little bit more gets collected into this table. Well, the thing is, we've got over 3,600 rows, and on this server, this box, you may have noticed, I'm only collecting information about one instance. That's a lot to search through. Usually when I look at data for a server, I'm interested in the most recent, most up-to-date collection. And that's why we have current views for every collector table. So anytime you see a collector dot, that's a table name, you can tack current onto the end of that table name, and you'll get just the most recent collections. 12 rows, because I have 12 databases. And this is most recently run just about an hour ago. Excellent. Same thing. Sometimes we want to compare and say, okay, well, here's my most recent. What about the collection just before that? This can be nice for automatically comparing. We'll just say for now, comparing to see if there have been changes from one collection to the next. So we have a current view and we have a previous view. So again, that one was taken a couple days ago. We can see the difference. All right, so current collection today, the other collection a couple days ago. Excellent, good to know. So yeah, it's just kind of a couple nice shortcuts as you navigate around Minion Enterprise.